So yeah, hello there guys. So I wanted to introduce you to one of my new projects I'm currently working on, I'm starting to work on. And the project you see here is an old antique shotgun, a double-barreled one. And it may look like your standard, maybe a bit longer than your usual double-barrel shotgun. But this version is a little bit different. Because if I will break this open for you, first of all, it's an underlever shotgun. So you have this little lever over here to break the shotgun. Another part is that it looks a bit big down there. Not like your standard 12 gauge shotgun, because I measured it and it looks like this one is one very uncommon 5 gauge shotgun. So I will get rid of the barrels, I will separate the barrels from the stock, and I will show you why it's so big, or I will prove you the size. So, and ignore the music in the background or the noise. I'm usually listen to some music while working. So that's the separated stock. As you can see, it's your standard hammer fired, also external hammer fired shotgun with dual triggers. The back one fires the left engages in the left trigger, and the right one is engaged with the front trigger. As you may notice, it has some kind of safety down there. The safety is not really working because the firing pin is protruding through the hole here, but usually on this side you see it better. As you can see, you can't really fully push on the hammer when the trigger is not engaged. So if you pull the trigger, you can fully push it through. Let's see where you can see it. Yeah, you can't see it really, but I think you get the idea. Some kind of safety. So let's set that aside and look at the barrel. I've already taken out the sling swivel place, and as you may notice, but you probably can't see it on the video, there is some kind of swivel at the barrels, and those are Damascus steel barrels, and it reads down here twisted steel. So it's another term for laminated or Damascus steel. So it's a pretty old shotgun. And coming back to the size of the bore, so you may notice that maybe doesn't look all that big, but I've here, I can see through there, other side, yeah, you can see through there, and I have here your standard 12 gauge slug. It's only 60 millimeters long, so it says 2 3/6 of an inch, and as you may notice, it's pretty big, and if I let it in, it goes way down there. You see it? It's shining there. So it's approximately that far in, or measured it, the 12 gauge shell with the rim. The rim engages on the front part of the chamber, and the chamber is approximately 90 millimeters in there, so it's that length of a case. And I was pretty surprised because it was sold to me like as a 10 gauge, and as a 10 gauge usually the 12 gauge doesn't fit there, but it doesn't wobble in there that much. So I measured it. So I will get my calipers to prove you the diameter. This is just your standard caliper. And I will measure the bore diameter. So, that's because I'm left-handed, I pretty much suck at this doing with the right hand, but it will do for this time. Let's get in there. And as you... yeah, let's do it with the left hand. I'm left-handed, so I can do it better with those hands. Ugh. Slippy. So, get in there. Press it down firmly. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's better. And it reads 24.8 and 24.8 in millimeters. When you look on the list at Wikipedia, it says that is the diameter for a 5-gauge shotgun. So it seems like this is a double-barreled 5-gauge shotgun. And I was wondering about the origin of this shotgun. And I looked on the internet because on the side locks it says Neumann. It's pretty worn out, but you can still see those the letters. Maybe I can show it to you. Yeah, it says there Neumann. And Neumann was a famous shotgun manufacturer back then, in the days of around the 1800, 1900 or the early 1900s. And after I took down the barrels, I also noticed the typical Belgian proof marks. So a circle with E, L and G and a small star down there. It's the typical Belgian proof mark. So this is probably over 100 years, maybe even 120 plus years old. Yeah, and I found it in Denmark. So I had to import it over here in Austria, but that wasn't really a problem. And yeah, it doesn't look all that great. Let's say it that way. It's a good base for a restoration because all parts are here. Some parts are damaged, like the lever here. The T part that engages into the barrel and fixes it is broken off, so I have to weld it there. The front part that holds on the barrel itself really just wobbles around, and usually it shouldn't move from side to side, just up and down. And I can show you that too, because those are too heavy to hold with one hand. So let's put it back together, which is also this time it worked pretty quick. So this first lever engages in the front base with the two kind of T's at the barrel, and it just tightens it up. And now you can see that the stock is just moving left and right. So we put it back together in the whole place. So let's open that. It's pretty big and has a gap here. Maybe you can see it if you point it that way. Yeah. It has a pretty big gap. This gap has to be closed before I can shoot it. Also, I probably have to make myself some ammunition for this gun, because 5-gauge isn't really available anymore. Even 4-gauge shotgun shells aren't that common anymore and cost like what, $20 a piece. So I probably have to turn down some brass and make my own shotgun shells. this one will be only shot with black powder. Yeah, I've already said it. The chamber length is around 90 centimeters, or approximately 90 centimeters, 90 millimeters. And a typical 5-gauge shell is 9 centimeters long, so 90 millimeters, and has a diameter of 24.8 millimeters. So it would perfectly fit a 5-gauge. Yeah. And the project I was talking about is I want to restore this gun, or the first part is to make it work again. So closing the gap and some kind of repair that small part that clamps onto the barrels. The stock itself has a few holes back here, and it looks like it was some kind of worm or whatever. And yeah, so I will try to restore this gun. I got it pretty cheap, and I would like to shoot it one day in the future. So my plan is to restore it, and the parts on how to restore it are pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but it's not really that big or troublesome. So first of all, I will have to clean the barrels off and get rid of the finish, close those rust spots, or kind of file them off or fill them up, so that they, after refinishing, those are away. Yeah. All in all, it looks pretty solid. I will have to somehow somehow clean the barrels inside, because there are many rust spots inside there too. So that's will be pretty pain in the ass. So first of all, I have to get rid of the finish of the barrels. First of all, remove all parts. So the extractor has to be disassembled. And there's a small screw in there, and that small screw head is pretty fucked up. So I will probably not get it out there. So I have to drill it out. The sling swivel is already off. The post seems like to be just screwed inside there, so that won't be a problem. And after everything is stripped on the front of the barrels, it will be sandblasted. Those rust spots will be ground off or filled up, whatever. Then I have to take care of the inside of the barrels, clean them up, then refinishing it. And the Damascus steel is pretty, I wouldn't say hard, but it's a really time consuming process to reblue those two things. But I think it will be worth, because something that unique. I haven't heard or ever seen a 5-gauge before. So it really is a big point on my list, on my to-do list, to refinish this gun sometime in the future. And I'm having holidays the next few months, so I haven't probably enough time to do so. Then the stock and system itself, or receiver or whatever. The problem is that the side plates with the lock work. So the lock work itself works great. I probably have to disassemble them too. It's really easy to get them out, because it will only this screw. If I remove them, I can take the side plates off. The front screw I already removed. It wasn't really a problem, but the one back here, it seems that the front one is a replacement, because it doesn't have any kind of engravings. And this back one has engravings, but is pretty much stuck in there. And I'm trying to get it out of here. If not, I will probably have to drill it out here and punch it through. to get the side plates off. Like I said before, the stock itself doesn't look all that bad. Sure, for a 120-year-old gun, it's okay. It only has one crack here, back there, a small one, which isn't all that problematic, which can be repaired. I already took out that screw in the back here. It was really pain in the ass to get it out, but it worked. The one here in the front, as you may notice, it's made out of soft metal and it's completely destroyed, or I can't really engage the surface anymore and get it out of there, and it goes through here into the top part, and I will probably have to drill it up too, because it looks like a replacement screw again. Yeah, after the system is completely stripped, I will clean it all, and I will clean it too, probably with the same sand, what is it called? Those, yeah, with a sandblaster, I think it's called that in English. And I will have to take care about that bolt in here. I really don't know why it is wobbling all around here. Maybe it looks like the bolt itself isn't damaged, but this front part where it pivots around that bolt is probably somehow broken or bent off in here. So I will have to get that piece out and repair it too, because it's just wobbling around here. And if this part is removed, also the gap between the face and the between both faces will be smaller too. Then I have to get this big lever out, weld it, repair it and weld it. Yeah. Probably have to somehow, I wouldn't say reblue, but refinish the whole gun, because it looks like it was color case hardened, because it has some kind of brownish, yeah, it looks really disgusting, brownish finished look, and probably was color case hardened before, and I tried to duplicate that too, but yeah. I also would try to take videos of most of the parts, so probably not step by step, not filming myself taking the screws out or drilling them out, but something like after I took out the panels, disassembled the panels, cleaned the panels and put them back together. That will be probably a video. Refinish the stock will be a longer video, because it will probably take one bigger chunk of video. You can see it here, it's pretty much, it's over there. It was the sling swivel back there. I have already taken that out too. As you can see, the screw is not really straight anymore. It's bent all over the place, but I hopefully can somewhat repair this part too, because it's just a regular, normal wooden screw, so this shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Well, I think I've covered all of it. Rebluing the barrels, stripping everything. Yeah. I hopefully will upload many videos about it, because I'm usually not that guy that is filming himself. But maybe I will make something like a mid-goal video. So taking the side plates out, cleaning them and refinishing them. This one video, stock is one video, system is one video, and the steel barrels itself, the barrels itself will be a big video too. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next videos.